Okay. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. You're welcome to Bible Reading Culture with Ophelia Boma. I am Boma. I'm a clinical psychologist and I'm sharing my faith journey. So far, so good. This is day 17 and it's been great. My reflective moments are normally great because I try to get reflectives that is more of a deep thinking, something that would make you travel deeper into your own self, that will make you appreciate your journey as a person. When you look at yourself in the mirror, you see a person, not just a body, not just an entity, but rather a spirit and a soul living inside of you. Something that is eternal, something that has the wisdom that is more of the foundation of this world. And today's reflection, I'm going to read it from a friend of mine who works with the DWTV Ghana. He posted something on Facebook, and it's about an old woman sharing her story. And the woman said, after the interview, she said, "My son, this life is not fair. I am no longer proud of it." And my friend asked, "Why are you regretting?" And she says, "If I were a young woman, I would have focused on building my life first instead of running after a man." And my friend shook his head and said his goodbyes. So I came down here and I commented. I said, "Nothing is more painful than living in your regrets. And may many young women learn from this and rejuvenate their lives." And I said, "Women are first humans before our gender or sex. If we do not find purpose in our life, then we have lost the essence of life itself." I also went further to say marriage is good, but marriage is a man-made system, just like governance, just like school, just like riches. And that we should not lose our life trying to fit in a man-made system, and that nothing is greater than life in itself. So my friend commented that, "I like the third sentence, women are first humans. Thanks for adding your thoughts too." So the reflection for you today as a woman, if you're watching me for a woman, is that you are first human. You're first human. God created you as a human entity, all right? And you have your own mind, your own thoughts, your own behaviors and personality, and you are a spirit of your own, like divine. You are a divinity of yourself. And today, if you're living based on certain systems put in place, which even the men themselves are trying to break out of this matrix, and you are not being wise or smart enough to also break out of this matrix, it means that you would just swiftly live on earth with not really understanding your main purpose in life. I'm saying this because, yes, I'm a twin, and my twin sister is married. She's been married for 4 years now, and as of now, I am not married. One time we were having a very thoughtful conversation. She asked me, "What is the last thing you think about before going to bed?" And I'm like, "I don't think of anything. If I'm tired and I retire to bed, I just say my prayers and I sleep." She's like, "Wow, this is so great." And myself, it brought about that pause in my life that, oh, so you have gotten to a point in your life where you really have nothing to worry about. And I also asked her, "Are you happy?" She said, "Yes, I'm happy, but I'm working on maintaining that happiness." And she also asked me, "Are you happy?" And I said, "Yes, I'm happy." What is the key word here? Happiness. She's married, she's happy. I'm unmarried and I'm happy. And this is what we should all strive for as women. Happiness, peace, solemnity, community, purpose, good values, values that cannot be bought with money. You see, intrinsical values. When you know your purpose in life, okay, people's confusion no longer matters to you. Because at the end of the day, like I said, they are man-made systems. People are like, you are not married. Why at this age? And I'm like, is not being married a disease? Like, Is it sickness? Is it a curse? It's normal. Let's normalize it. Let's normalize seeing the person before any title. Because I'm a clinical psychologist and I am very mindful. I'm very self-aware. I choose my words. I'm very intentional. You hardly find me past comments like, you are gaining weight, you look slim, you are not married, you don't have kids, you don't have a car, you don't live in a nice environment, because those do not really matter. What really matters is the person shows up for themselves, and they are a better improvement of themselves every day. This is what matters to me. Because the moment you put pressure on people, they start to live on societal terms, but not in their own terms. And so it will only take a very confident woman like myself, who no longer gets bothered with all this social conformity, all this pressure, and all these naysayers and stuff. Because the essence of life is for me to find happiness. Happiness in myself, happiness in doing the things I love, and happiness in my purpose. So the reflective thing is that this old woman is telling us that she wished she had found life herself, should have been settled in life with herself, than running after a man, running after the wedding ring, running after the wedding ceremony, running after the second name, running after all of what it means to be in a certain kind of a family. That is not what matters. Because at the end of the day, is that sustainable? And the thing is that I am happy for all people who decide to get married. I'm not saying it's wrong. It's a beautiful thing. And those that are not yet there, just give them time. Give them the grace and peace and pace to walk in their own path. Because you see, the way that sometimes people ask me if I'm not married, trying to push me to say yes to any man, I wonder if that same is met at my future husband. Because they put pressure on you and you end up marrying the wrong person than who God had chosen for you to marry, or who God has ordained for you to marry, or who you were supposed to really marry. Because a lot of this pressure is not met on men. And so maybe your God-given husband is now working hard, is doing everything he can, and God is making the way for you two to meet. It might be a year or two or more, and people are on you because you're a woman to get married, and you end up marrying the wrong person. So please, women, learn from these experiences, learn from this story, and wait, and learn to work in your own pace. There's nothing beautiful than finding life. Like, you get to that point of your life and nothing just matters. It's just you and your happiness and how you go about your day and your self-improvement and your goals to achieve. And then your love for having a stable mental health, which comes with peace and happiness and stability. If marriage comes, fine. If it does not come, do not be desperate for it. It's not something you can control, come to think of it. Right? And so I urge all women to really reflect on this. Because my work as a clinical psychologist, I have met women who have come in my office crying. I wish I never married. Oh God, why did I even cross paths with this man? I want a divorce. You also find the other set of women who come inside crying. Look at my age. I'm not married. I don't have a child. I don't do this. My boyfriend died. My heart break this. So I have learned from the two sets of women. And I know I am where I'm supposed to be. If you're a single woman and you think you are missing it, you will learn your lessons in a hard way. If you're also a married woman and you think your marriage is worse, you also learn it in a hard way. Because you see, society will always paint a picture that you are being left behind. Even if you are married, they'll still paint a picture that you are being left behind because your husband is not doing this, your husband is doing that, and it's this, and it's that. You don't have children. You have a child. Your child is a bad boy. Your child is a bad girl. Teachers are complaining about your child. Other children's parents are complaining about your child. Hey! I wish all women the best. But the most important is to find yourself. You are a divinity. Take it from me. You are an energy. You are an aura. Anything you touch, it's blessed. Anywhere you tread your feet upon, it is blessed. Anything you say, it is blessed. And so you are a blessed person as a woman, because God took his time to create you, giving you all this surplus. So if you make a mistake and you end up in a wrong home, you would lose all of these gifts, all of these talents. You will lose yourself. Do you know, have you ever looked at yourself in the mirror and you were mistaken whether if this is a different identity? It's because you are you have found yourself in a messful situation. And so do well to always prevent yourself from falling into messy situations, because they would really drain everything out of you. May God bless you to make better decisions. That is why we are on Proverbs this month, for God to give us that discerning spirit. Spiritual discernment, social discernment, physical discernment, mental discernment, any form of discernment, leading for women to be their best for God. Those are the kind of things you should aspire to become. Powerful, victorious, conquerors, winning champion, someone who is diligent and disciplined in your way, someone who is glorious, filled with virtue and honor, somebody who is decent, glorious, someone who has an upper hand and is wise, has good manners, moral judgment, and integrity. I can mention them on and on and on, that even when you step into any environment, there would always be a physical and a spiritual change. For me, that is what I aspire to positively impact, positively create change, positively bring people out from their misery and show them the light. This is the light. Choose this path. You will see light. That is me. And so all other things may be added. Well, money may be added, fine. Husband may be added, fine. Children may be added, fine. But I am first seeking to know God, know him more, be happy in myself. So Proverbs chapter 17 verses 1 going. And I pray that this would be sown in our hearts. It's going to be a seed sown in our hearts so that we can grow and boom and bear fruits and leave our impact and mark anywhere and everywhere, at our workplaces, at home, community, neighborhood, with our friends, wherever we find ourselves, that we will be blessed women. And in this generation, we would serve God and set the mark for others to follow. Proverbs chapter 17 says, better is a dry morsel and quietness therewith than an house full of sacrifices with strife. A wise servant shall have rule over a son that causeth shame, and shall have part of the inheritance among the brethren. The finding pot is for silver, and the furnace for gold, but the Lord trieth the hearts. A wicked doer giveth heed to false lips, and a liar giveth ear to a naughty tongue. Whoso mocketh the person reproacheth his maker, and he that is glad at calamities shall not be unpunished. Children's children are the crown of old men, and the glory of children are their father. Excellent speech becometh not a fool, much less do dying lips a prince. A gift is as a precious stone in the eyes of him that hath it. Whithersoever it turneth, it prospereth. He that covereth a transgression seeketh love, but he that repeateth a matter separated very friends. A reproof entereth more into a wise man than 100 stripes into a fool. An evil man seeketh only rebellion, therefore a cruel stranger shall be sent against him. Let a bear robbed of her whelps meet a man, rather than a fool in his folly. Whoso rewarded evil for good, evil shall not depart from his house. The beginning of strife is as when one letteth out water, therefore leave off contention before it be melded with. He that justifieth the wicked, he that condemneth the just, even they both are abomination to the Lord. Wherefore is there a prince in the hand of a fool to get wisdom, seeing he had no heart for it? A friend loveth at all times, and a brother is born for adversity. A man void of understanding striketh hands, and becometh surety in the presence of his friend. A lover transgression that loveth strife, and he that exalted his gate seeketh destruction. He that had a froward heart findeth no good, and he that had a perverse tongue falleth into mischief. He that begotteth a fool doeth it to his sorrow, and the father of a fool hath no joy. A merry heart doeth good like a medicine, and a broken spirit drieth the bones. A wicked man taketh a gift out of the bosom to prevent the ways of the judgment. Wisdom is there for him that hath understanding, and the eyes of a fool are in the ends of the earth. A foolish son is grief to his father, and bitterness to her that bare him. Also to punish the just is not good, nor to strike princes for equity. He that hath knowledge spareth his words, and a man of understanding is of an excellent spirit. Even a fool, when he holdeth his peace, is counted wise. He that shutteth his lips is esteemed a man of understanding. Praise be to God. This is the word of the Lord, and glory be to God. My favorite memory verse is what? Proverbs chapter 17 verses 28 says that even a fool, when he holdeth his peace, is counted wise. And he that shutteth his lips is esteemed a man of understanding. Oh my goodness. This is a great thing. And I believe this should be for all men and women. It's not everything that we have to talk about. Some people say, confront him, confront him. Is it everything you need to confront about? Is it everything you need to talk about? Because utterly, the Bible is saying that if you hold your peace, you're a wise person. Things that will make you lose your peace, don't go after them. Confront it, and you let go, and what happens? Because in all thy getting, get understanding, and understanding is part of wisdom. May you be counted as a wise man and a wise woman. God bless you, and bye.